Yo, what's going on, guys? Just want to preface this that my voice is killing me, so I'm a little gonna sound kind of sick throughout this entire video, but I really just want to get it out. The allergies, weather changing, you know how it is. So, but yeah, today I'm bringing you guys my draft analysis for the WPF Delta Wi-Fi division. So I was told that this Wi-Fi division was gonna happen at one point, and I was like, dude, I cannot wait because I love the WPF. Rizzo is the one of the owners. He's the original owner. He is such a sweet, sweet fucking guy, and I really like playing for WPF every time I have. So yeah, I was super excited to play. I haven't been playing a lot of like Showdown recently, but that's mainly because I just don't really wanna like play Showdown all that much. Wi-Fi though is looking pretty interesting with a new timer. So I wanted to give it a shot, and luckily I got in. So we will be the captains of the Pocket Monsters University. Um, Shoutouts to Brody. Odds are he's the one that made these layouts, and they look sick. You guys can kind of see the logo in the bottom, but you'll see it on the thumbnail. So yeah, as you guys can see, my first pick was Landers Therian. So we had 16th pick in the draft, and so it wasn't only Lando, it was also Roaring Moon. I really wanted to try Roaring Moon again because I tried it once at the start of the gen, and I didn't really enjoy it all that much. And I've been really wanting to use Lando. So I went with Lando, Roaring Moon, get some speed out of the way, get good offense right away, good U-turn core. So yeah, I really wanted to try both of them out, and I'm lucky I got both of them. However, I will say Goldango fell to me as well, and I really regret not doing Goldango Roaring Moon, especially because like Goldango went all the way back up to Jay Ricky as the first pick of the draft, which is crazy. So, but anyways, yeah, I do regret not doing that, but I do think the synergies between these two will overall be really solid. Next up, we have Skeledirge. So, I wanted to get my Terra Captain out of the way, and Skeledirge was just a really easy pick. I could not Terra Roaring Moon due to the rules, and Lando is a solid Terra Captain. However, I felt like I really wanted a defensive backbone as my Terra Captain, so I got Skeledirge, and I also got a Alolan Muck. So I won't lie to you guys. During this draft, I drafted really poorly, and then I think I had Cresselia instead of Muck right here, and I made a lot of changes post draft because I realized that I messed up. So I kind of just pivoted around, and but I'm showing you guys the newest team so I can actually explain that. But Muck was on the table as a grounded poison and a good defensive dark, which I think is very important in this format. So I really wanted to get him. I really wish he had toxic spikes, but later a later pick will kind of cover that for us. So yeah, I was just really excited to use Mug as well because I thought it wasn't very good in the past, but then I started facing it more often, and its SPF is so crazy. I really like its like defensive typing, and like AV sets are just so annoying to kill. And yeah, it really help us with like the strong ghost and psychic types that we might run into. Sorry, I had to drink some water. Next up, we had Hatterene. This Hatterene, I actually did pick up because it was like basically the only fairy left on the board, and I was like, I think I don't like Hatterene very much, but I want to give it a shot. I want to give it a fair shot because it does have good stats, and it's like a Reuniclus type mon, but it doesn't have the recovery, which is what I don't like very much. But Magic Bounce really helps, so I don't have to draft as much removal, which I kind of don't have any removal. But other than that, that's kind of where Hatterene's from. It just wants to be the fairy of the team. It's really good to stop hazards, and yeah, that's all I evaluated it for. Next up, we had Breloom. Breloom honestly is a mon that I also have never used, but I've always looked at it and be like, man, that mon looks like so much fun, and I never use it. So I said, you know what, we're just picking it up. It's gonna be our grass type. It'll be a fighting type. It's all good. I just really wanted to try. I really wanted to try like Spore Spam alongside Lando plus Roaring Moon. Just kind of take advantage of the turns to get free setup, while the other mons are kind of like bulkier. So I think it'll be pretty fun to use. I've never gotten to use it before though. So yeah, looking forward to it. Next one was Gothitelle. I know it's another psychic type, but I think trapping it adds another layer to the team where I get to um, I basically get to force items in multiple ways. So as you'll see later, we develop an Intimidate core plus also a Shadow Tag core that we just force so many items, whether it's Clear Amulet, whether it's Shed Shell, you know, there's just so, or even goggles for Berlim Spore. So we force a lot of different items, which kind of makes up for the lack of synergy that the team truly has. Every individual moving piece really complements the other, though. I don't think the game's very good, but I do think Gotham was a good ad. Next up, we had Paldean Tauros Water. So this mon impressed me so much in low tier that I had to give it a shot in standard play. I think Tauros is just incredibly useful. It's got really good Fizz Dev bulk plus Intimidate, and Water is just is like one of the best defensive typings. And complementing it with Fighting, where it doesn't gain any extra or it doesn't like lose any of Water's weak resists. So like you gain a good offensive pressure while also being really good defensively. I think it really shines in its defensive roles and but while also being able to hit hard. It's kind of like a Lando, like in that sense, how I use it. So really excited to use it. And then next up, we had Rev of Room. Rev of Room is here because it is the only steal on the board. I shit you not, that was the only steal that I had left, and I took it. And I said, you know what? It's also a T-Spiker. It gives me an actual toxic user. It's fine. It's not the worst mod, but I also used it in low tier. It's solid. Parting Shot's a really broken move that I don't think a lot of mods get. Um, but yeah, pretty good overall. Next up, we have Rotom, and I really do, really like Rotom. I think Electric Ghost is just a really nice like offensive typing because a lot of the ground types you come in, you get to Willow and Hex them down, and so it kind of like naturally beats its switch-ins. Um, they both hit things individually really hard. Also gives me more momentum, and I think Levitate plus being an electric type is just inherently broken. You just lose the weakness of being an electric type, so it's only Ghost's weaknesses. This thing should be able to be a good Scarfer for us a lot of the weeks, and we were lacking good Scarfers. And last but not least, we got my favorite Pokemon ever. Welcome to the team, Pineco. That's my goat, my goat. I love Pineco so much, dude. He is easily my favorite Pokemon. This little dude just sets hazards and spins, and that's his entire job. He's like good. He has really good Fizz Def. Like he can take hits really well. But yeah. So we brought in the Pineco to the team, and yeah, we're looking forward to use him. And yeah, ever since the first time I used Pineco, I've always just enjoyed him. He'll come some weeks. Trust me. I promise you, I will bring him some weeks. He has some use as a one pointer, and yeah, that basically wraps up that team. It's very brief today, but it's because I'm not feeling very well, and I kind of want to get some rest. So, but you guys look forward to week one. We'll be fighting OG Albina and I believe it's the North Carolina Moons, or was it the Carolina? Oh, it's the Carolina Roaring Moons. My fault. I'm really not feeling well. So I'm just gonna wrap it up there, guys. But yeah, stay tuned. Every Friday we'll be uploading, and I'm very excited for this. See you then.